In this video, I'm showing you how I took my boring fireplace and gave it an extreme makeover to turn into something that I love and fits perfectly into my farmhouse decor. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Katelyn and I love to DIY and make pretty things. So if you like crafting and making DIYs, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy it. This video is a little bit different than what I'm used to posting. It's not purely just DIYs, but I wanted to show you how I take my boring fireplace and I whitewash it and stain it and decorate it beautiful for the holidays, and that will fit better into the style that I'm going for this year. So about 3 years ago, we had like a gas fireplace, like a small one, but I wanted like an actual fireplace with a mantle, and I got air stone to put on the fireplace, and I couldn't really decide. They had gray brick or beige brick, or like a tan brown, and like all of my walls are gray with like little wood accents, so I thought it would be really pretty to go with the beige tan, and whenever I first put it together it looked really pretty. But then after a year or so, I was just dying to make it a little bit more modern farmhouse looking. I was just nervous about it. But here we go. Today I just get brave enough to do this for you all, and I think it turned out really pretty. So I'm excited to bring you along and show you how it turned out. So the first thing that I had to do was get rid of that brown tan beige stone, and like I say, these are air stone and they were really easy. I just mixed some paint and water together to kind of whitewash them, which turned out really good. I was a little nervous at first because it was so pure white. I thought that it stuck out a little extreme, but then I'll show you how I get it a little bit more subtle looking so it looks a little bit more natural. So let's jump on into the video and I'll show you how I redid the fireplace and how I decorated it this season for Christmas. So this is what it looked like before, and you can just tell like it has a lot of orange undertones, and that is something that I just try to stay away from. I don't like it at all like that. We have some really dark floors, and I just didn't like how just so much of a lighter wood that it was, and I really do wish it was a little bit darker. And then you can see that this stone is just a boring tan color, and then even our little insert had kind of just got kind of in rough shape and needed repainted. And then you can tell that I did try to fill in some of like holes where something had damaged it and try to just get it as smooth as possible. So this is what it looked like before, and I was definitely ready to give this a makeover. So to get started with the white, I am just using the Apple Barrel white paint. I intentionally did not want to use a high quality paint for this because I did want to be able to distress it and make it blend in a little bit more, and I wanted it easily to come off, so I didn't want anything that was just kind of going to stay on the surface but something that was going to soak in. So this is just white acrylic paint, and I did 1 part paint and 1 part water at first. I just put enough water back into the paint bottle so that it would be even, and then I did end up adding a tiny bit extra of water because I did want to thin this down as much as possible. Just using a large brush, I start off a little nervous, so I barely apply it, but I just dip it down into my paint and just kind of drag it along the edges of the bowl so it will get off the excess, and then just kind of go along there. I get a little bit more brave after I did a few stones, but I was already loving how it turned out, so I got excited to go ahead and apply this as fast as I could. I do recommend testing this out if you do want to redo your fireplace. I had several of these air stone pieces left, so I tested all of the different paints out. I did white, I had a snow white color, I did a light gray and a darker gray, and I just really liked the white the best. I really wanted this to be like a big statement piece. And like I say, all of my walls are gray, so I didn't want to do gray stone on there. So whenever I did the white, I just thought it looked perfect and popped out from the wall. So I did want to do a close-up and show you what a difference that it makes. I got so much coverage by using the 1 part water, 1 part paint, and I think it is already looking so much better. And I am getting rid of that ugly brown stone, and it wasn't in the best shape. My girls like eat snacks and stuff on the hearth of this fireplace, so it definitely just needed touched up, and even the stone had like some old stain on it and kind of were damaged, so this is just covering everything over. The stone also had been darkened from the fire itself heating up the front of it, so I'm hoping that this does make a lot of that blend in. So you can see it did have a couple spots where something had hit it and it had kind of got damaged, so I sanded all of that down, and I had put wood filler in there or some spackle, but I went ahead and tried to remove all of that just so it wouldn't make it look really weird whenever I tried to apply stain over the top of that. So this is what I did to kind of get it to distress it a little bit more. The white was very beautiful, but it was just so pure white. I wanted some of the natural color to show through, so I'm just taking an old wet rag and kind of distressing it just by rubbing it along the stone, and this made all of the raised up pieces a little bit darker and make it look more like realistic stone, and I love the effect of it. I think it looks so good. I had showed a small clip on Instagram of me showing the fireplace white and asking for opinions on what I should do for the wood pieces, and a lot of people recommend staining really dark or possibly painting black, but I really liked the wood look of it. So I picked up these two really dark stains. I got a couple different brands. I got this ebony and then the espresso, and these were just the darkest colors that my Walmart had when I was in there. I did test a little bit of the espresso, and it was still an orange color like the original stain, but this that I'm showing you now, that's the ebony color on the left side, and I love the darkness of it and how it goes with the insert, so it kind of like ties it all together. So this is the ebony color that, like I say, is just a little bit orangey, which ended up working out perfect because I was able to cover up the places that I had sanded and that I had removed the original stain, and I knew that would affect the outcome of all of it together if everything wasn't even, so I just went ahead and used that color to touch up all of the little places that needed to match the original color, and then I could go over the entire thing with the new ebony color. So I let all of that stain dry, and now I get to go over it with the really super dark stain. And make sure you stir this up very well if you're ever using this, because when I first started doing it, it just looked really watery, but after I got it stirred up really nicely, it kind of looked more like a black paint, which worked out really good. Now the instructions say to let this set for a while before you wipe it off, so I tried to do that, but I didn't want it to get super black, so I did keep going back and testing it and then applying a little bit more, but I just applied this over the top of that stain and let it set like the instructions say, and then wiped that off, and I got a beautiful color that I was so satisfied with. I was trying to be super careful that I didn't touch my brush to any of my white paint because it would soak that in, so I ended up taking a tiny brush a little bit later and go around the edges. And this is what it looked like after I got all this stain dried. I think it is beautiful. We even touched up the little insert with some heat-safe black paint, and I think it just looks brand new and really pretty. So make sure you stay tuned to see how I decorate this for Christmas and get it to look beautiful and exactly how I imagined. I didn't have a ton of items that I really love, so I did go shopping and pick up a few new items. This Believe wreath was from Big Lots, and then a lot of these items came from Hobby Lobby. I already had the Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas sign. It was from Walmart last year, and then the garland came from Ross. I also picked up this large Merry Christmas sign with a wreath from Hobby Lobby. I thought it was beautiful, and I'm kind of going for a woodland rustic Christmas with pops of red everywhere. I do want to go ahead and remove all of these little palette signs that I made earlier this year on my channel, and I really enjoyed them while they were hanging up, but I think I'm going to be doing something different now that I've gave my fireplace a makeover even after I take the Christmas stuff down, so I'm going to go ahead and take these down. My husband did hang up these little palette signs with some wall anchors, so those are kind of ugly up there, but I am going to leave them for now just in case I want to use them for something different. But I think with all of my tall decor, you're not going to notice them first thing, but that is going to take a little bit of extra time to mud and paint over those if I do want to get rid of them, so I am going to wait a little bit on that. So I put up those little trees are from Hobby Lobby, and then I fell in love with these little deer. I didn't realize how expensive these were. They were actually $39.99. I paid 50% off, so 20 bucks, but I wouldn't have wanted to pay any more than that. I still think that was really pricey. So you can check like Walmart. They have different little rustic deers out this season, but I put them opposite directions and turned the little scarves so they were facing the front. I just thought that they were so pretty alongside that little flocked tree. I think it definitely coordinates perfect with the sign in the center. And then this garland has the pine cones, which is also perfect for the sign in the center, and it has just a couple little bows of pops of the black and white buffalo check, which is perfect. And then it has some different little colors and berries, and I picked this up from Ross. It was around $15 or $16, but I thought it was perfect for my style of decor. I wanted my garland to have lights on it, so I picked up a very inexpensive string of lights from Walmart, and this actually let me go over the garland twice, so this is beautiful and it added a lot of lights to this. I recommend using or trying command strips, but I had already put a couple of staples in my fireplace mantle a while back, and this is just something I use every year, and I try to decorate it for spring, so you don't notice like the staples being in there. They are super tiny, but it just makes it convenient for me to thread some wire through the staple and then twist on the garland. I will say be super careful if you are hanging up garland. I did hang this a little bit too low and it got really warm, and I wasn't comfortable with leaving it there, so I went ahead and just tied it up higher on top of the mantle, the middle piece, so that it wouldn't melt any of the decor that's on there. But I was really liking how it looked. I did have to use an extension cord behind the fireplace to reach up, but it was no big deal to get it plugged in, and then I am just going through and fluffing it so it does look a little bit fuller. I wanted to use a couple larger pieces to decorate the bottom of the fireplace. I already had this sleigh for a couple years now. I really don't remember where it came from or how much it costed, but it's just something that I had, so I thought it would be cute to lean up against there. And then at Walmart, I recently purchased this new galvanized tub that says Farm Fresh Trees. I thought this was really cute. And like I say, this came out this year, and I thought it would just be very simple to add an extra blanket inside to make it look a little bit more cozy. I added a Dollar Tree hanger onto my door and then twisted a little wire to hang up this little tobacco basket. This came from Big Lots. It was $28, but it was just perfect for my decor. It has that perfect red and the pine cones and woodland look to it, and then also has my buffalo check in there, so I just thought it was perfect. And I really like how it pops off of that white door. So remember, this is what it looked like before. It really needed some help. It just wasn't as pretty as I had imagined that it would be, and it just didn't go perfectly with my farmhouse style. and this is what it looks like after. I think all of the Christmas decor just make it pop out and look so beautiful. I was so excited how this all came together, and I think it just completely gave this entire room a makeover, and it looks so much more updated and nicer looking. I think all of the new pieces that I picked out were perfect for this, and I just really enjoyed how it came together. And with these lights on, it's so cozy at night, and whenever I light the fire, I am so proud of how this came out. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I had so much fun making over this fireplace. It's been a long time in the making. I know I asked a while back on Instagram like what color that I should use for the top mantelpiece. So make sure you follow me over there so you can answer some fun questions. We all have been sick for the past few weeks. I know scheduling is all over the place, but I'm excited to say that we are back to normal scheduling this week. So I hope all is well and it stays the same. But if you enjoyed this type of video from me, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and let me know your opinions down in the comments. And let me know if you have a fireplace that you've ever made over. I knew whenever I wanted to do it, I kept looking up like white wash fireplace or like old brick fireplace redo, and I couldn't find exactly what I wanted, but I did try to take pieces from this picture and try to find what I liked. So I hope this brings you a little bit of inspiration if you're thinking about redoing your fireplace or decorating a space in your home. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe and give this video a big thumbs up. Bye!